I'm Michael Bain, and welcome to Triggered, coming to you from summer. Yes, it's summer here at the secret hidden bunker in the Rocky Mountains and Dragon House Studios, which of course is why I have this festive shirt on, because let's be honest, nothing says summer like a hand grenade. Brought to you this week by our pals at MTM Case-Gard. This is one of MTM's 50 caliber military style ammo cans, and it is, I believe, one of the most useful things in the world. They stack, they hold a lot of materials, they have double locking points, they're sturdy, so you can put things in them, label them, and figure out where they are. And this is just a side thing, but if you've got a lot of stuff on your desk and you have no idea where to put it, it's just tons of stuff, different kind of stuff, you got nothing, open this, dump all the stuff in it, close it, latch it, zip tie it, and mark it box 2. For all you know, it could be the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, MTM Case-Gard, great stuff. That's where all my desk pieces are. But this is what we're really going to talk about today. This is a Henry Big Boy 38 357 double action revolver. Now, I thought it was fascinating that Henry, who of course have made their name with their lever action guns, and I have a number of them, some of the finest lever action guns made. I love shooting them. I love Henry's thought processes in bringing out new guns. And so, of course, we saw at the SHOT Show, Henry brought out a semi-automatic, 9mm semi-automatic rifle, really cool looking little carbine, looked like a Henry lever gun without the lever. And then they brought out the Big Boy revolver. Now, when I first saw pictures of this gun, I went like, what are they doing? Andy Larson sent me pictures, Rob Leahy sent me pictures. I looked at them and I thought, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I reached out to Henry and they sent me this gun. This is the version, they have two versions. One version has kind of the standard grip, which is like the gunfighter grip. This is a bird's head grip because I love bird's head grips. They were popular a lot with the shorter barrel single actions back in the Wild West. So you still see bird's head grips on some Rugers. I think you can get a bird's head grip on one of the Ruger Wranglers now. Also popular with cowboy calibers in some place like Cimarron or Taylor, you can get bird's head grips. Different designs on them. If you go to any of the single action forums, you'll see that that's a standard modification made on, say, Ruger. Any of the single action Rugers is adding a brass grip frame. And because Henry made their bones with a brass frame lever action rifle, it makes all the sense in the world to go to a brass frame for their first revolver. And this gun shows better in person than it does in pictures. When I got the box and I opened the box up and I looked at this gun, the first thing I thought is, good heavens, that's a beautiful revolver. The brass frame polished like it is, the American walnut grips, the really super blue job. I thought this is exactly the kind of gun that Indiana Jones would use to shoot that great big guy with a sword. This is the perfect Nor revolver. We'll talk more about that when we get back. Welcome back to Triggered and the Henry Big Boy 38 357 revolver. When I say Nor, let's talk about mysteries of the 1930s. Look at the gun, look at the outline of the gun. You're going to see essentially style call-outs, if you will, when Henry made this stylistic decisions on this firearm. Weighs, by the way, about 34 ounces, which puts it at Smith & Wesson K-frame size. It also puts it maybe, an ounce and a quarter lighter than a 4-inch Ruger GP100 38 357. But you see here, there's no underlug. And the barrel and with the exposed underlug here, there's a little flat on the bottom of the barrel. that allows this all to fit together well. If you look at kind of the hump of the frame, the grip frame, all across the top, it's reminiscent of the early part of the 20th century Colt revolvers. The Colt, the original Army revolver, 38 Army revolver, and then the Colt Official Police, one of the most successful firearms ever made, that followed it. But what I like about it is that it has stylistic call-outs. It has stylistic cues that are not just a slavish copy of an earlier gun. What I like, this is one of my favorite guns in the whole world, by the way. This is a Smith & Wesson second model hand ejector in .455 Webley. This gun was made probably in 1916 for the Canadian government because they were all going to war, and typical of the Canadians, they didn't have any guns. So they contracted with Smith & Wesson to make these babies in .455, which was a standard English cartridge, a rimmed, light-powered 45 ACP, say. But you can sort of see here some of the cues in the Henry Big Boy revolver going to these large-frame Smith & Wessons, the 1917 guns, the World War I guns. Obviously, it's fixed sights, same way as the Smith & Wesson here, same way as the Official Police. But in one of the points to modern loads, on the Henry, you can replace the front sight. There's a high, medium, and low front sight. So why would you do that? Well, let's say you just wanted to shoot mostly 38 specials in this gun, which I got to tell you, 34-ounce gun shooting 38 specials comes under the heading of cupcake. You want to have a hotter gun, you can change the front sights for it. I just love the shape of the grip frame. When I got the gun, I put it in my hand and I thought, I have a lot of bird's head grip frames, and this may be the absolute best one. This is really designed well for a human hand. Trigger pull, let's call it 12 pounds, 12 and a half pounds, 13 pounds. Single action trigger, you don't care about that, remember? But it's like maybe 3 pounds on the single action trigger. But what you have here is a beautiful gun. And it's a gun that, as I said, should be in the hands of Indiana Jones. It should be in the hands of Raymond Chandler's great Philip Marlowe, or possibly Dashiell Hammett's Continental Op. I love this gun, and the more I look at it, the more I love it. So Henry, good job. Now, Henry, pay attention. 3-inch barrel 44 special. Small thing to ask, but believe me, that should be on your list. So you want a classic revolver? This is the classic revolver. MSRP $928, which is an appropriate price for a fine revolver. When we come back, Baba Yaga.
This week's Triggered is brought to you by Taurus USA. Always ready, always bring it. Stoger, everyday tough. SDS Imports, Thesis. Thesis means quality. Hunter's HD Gold. They change so you don't have to. And MTM Case-Gard. Quality shooting sports accessories.
Welcome back to Triggered. I know every one of you out there has seen all the John Wick movies with Keanu Reeves as Baba Yaga, the retired assassin who comes back to do some business. In that first movie, I thought it was really kind of funny, where the idiot mobster's son, the idiot Russian mobster's son, idiot sons of famous people. Does that ring a bell? Anyway, the idiot's son kills John Wick's dog, a beagle, by the way. And then when he tells his father, this guy's a nobody, I killed his dog, it's no big deal. The father said, that nobody is John Wick. He was once an associate of ours, and we called him Baba Yaga. And the son goes, the boogeyman? And the father goes, no, John wasn't the boogeyman. John was who you sent to kill the boogeyman. Well, from Gunfighters Inc., who, a real fan of their product, their great chest holster, they're great side holsters. They're Ronin holsters. I use them extensively. I used one in Rob Latham class. But this is the Baba Yaga holster. It's a model of their Ronin holsters. And what makes it the Baba Yaga holster is that Keanu Reeves asked them to modify their holsters to his specific request. Among those requests is it's what they call a battle cut. It's cut a little deeper here, make it easier to come out. He's, of course, shooting Terran tactical guns, and they are the finest in the world. Great job, Terran. Got a little bit higher sweat guard, which is what he asked for. This particular one is set up where you can use it either. These are malice clips. You can use it either on a battle belt or something, or you can tighten them down and use it on a regular belt. But I thought it was interesting that Keanu Reeves really had specific needs for this holster. I'm sure he talked to Terran about it. So if you want to have the complete John Wick collection, Gunfighters Inc., Baba Yaga, Ronin. Okay, that's it for this week. Once again, thanks to MTM Case-Gard for sponsoring us. You can find us on michaelbain.tv. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Rumble, but definitely find us. We're always free. See you next week.